Hi, my name is Dr. Mikolaj Rashek of Merogenomics, and I wanted to record this video to talk about an unusual topic. I wanted to talk about designer babies. And I know that sounds crazy, right? But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because oftentimes when I introduce myself and tell people what I do, which is bringing access to people for DNA testing for health predisposition, their mind usually goes straight to designer babies. And some of it is in terms of negative context, but some of it is actually because people are now genuinely interested in the concept. So, and by the way, it has already been done. And I've talked about that previously in one of my blog posts, where China was the first country ever where a new human being was engineered genetically. But nevertheless, what am I talking about when people are interested? So I'll give you an example. One of the aspects of designer babies that people seem to be okay with, based on surveys, is the idea of removing problematic health conditions. So we're talking about diseases and especially those that are expose you to a risk and so on. But I recently talked to one individual who asked me, hey, would this be possible one day in terms of adjusting my child's height? So this person, they come from a short stature family, and he said, you know what, I don't care. Obviously, I'm a confident individual, I'm married and everything is fine. However, I don't want my child to face discrimination in this world because of genetics. And that's such an interesting point, because in a way, if you have certain genetic condition, even though it's not necessarily affecting your health, it's still affecting your quality of life. And the question then remains, is this something that we should be looking at in terms of genetic management in the future? It's not feasible at the moment, but that does not mean it will not be one day. And I actually personally believe that we will be one day designing our children. I'm not saying I promote it. I'm not saying that I condone this. In fact, I'm not, because I think one of the problems is that it will happen prior to us fully understanding what the potential consequences could be. And there will be unintended consequences, which is why I don't think we should be touching our genetic code until we have a very full grasp of how it works. But knowing what humanity in general, we have no problem breaking ethical barriers, and I think this will be done. And I think one day we will also be designing our children for specific phenotypes, meaning specific traits of desire. Height will be one of them. And in this case, this was a very interesting point, because it was done the discussion was for the purpose of, hey, I would love to be able to do this if I could, in order so that my child is actually a healthy individual, even though not necessarily it's a medical condition. So it's something that will be very interesting to see how this unfolds in the future. Something to really think about, and genetics and ethics are very intertwined topics. We'll be talking about this many times in the coming future, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Once again, this was Dr. Mikolaj Rashek of Merogenomics, and I'll look forward to seeing you again.